Welcome back. I'm Ed, the Music Virgin. I've been writing and recording original music for over 40 years, and I still consider myself a music virgin. All right, today I want to go way back to 1981, and the song is called Call You Up. The band was Too Normal. Joe Rocco on drums, Johnny X on keyboards, and me on guitar and bass and vocals. So Joe and I had been playing in a cover band in State College called Hat Trick. Back at the time, Johnny was going to college, and when he got back from college, the three of us would get together and jam, just jam for hours. We had a 4-track reel-to-reel. We would just record every jam, and because it was 4 tracks, you could overdub vocals and guitar parts and extra keyboard parts. You could add stuff to the jams later, and we would come up with songs just out of a jam. After a while, we realized that we had enough to make a record. I knew about this cool little recording studio in State College called Film Space, owned and operated by Tom Kiter. Actually, this is my favorite picture of Tom. Yeah. It was a 16-track studio with all the fixings, and we pooled our money together. We bought about, 10, 15 hours of recording time, and we'd practice every one of these songs so that whenever we went in there, we could just bing, bang, boom, zip, zow, zing, boom, 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 pew, 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 just shoot right through them. It was 1981, so those original songs sounded a lot like early new wave, The Police, Talking Heads, that sort of post-punk thing. I guess that's post-punk. Is that post-punk? Let me know in the comments. We felt pretty good about all 12 songs we were recording, but there was one in particular that we thought had real potential. Call You Up. I started writing the song at home, and we flushed it out together and made it into a snappy pop tune. So when we got in the studio, Call You Up was the first song that we started working on, and Tom Kiter, who kind of acted as our producer because we didn't know what we were doing, he heard the song and he said, "Wow, I think you got something here." And that made us feel great because we're just a bunch of young kids. We don't know what we're doing, and it gave us a lot of confidence. After we had finished recording all the songs, Tom Kiter had a small record label called Red Dog Records. He said he was interested in helping us out. So he drew up some papers for a prospectus. A prospectus is something you draw up for would-be investors. He encouraged us to think about making a music video. MTV was just getting started and they needed content bad, so it was a good opportunity. Sadly, during this whole time, Joe, our drummer, who was just starting a business career, had to pull out. He just couldn't invest the time. Me and Johnny were very disappointed, but we thought maybe we could try to find a new drummer. We auditioned a lot of good drummers, but we never had that chemistry that we had with Joe. The three of us just had something special. The album never got released. Johnny and I spent the next 4 or 5 years jumping in and out of other bands. We'll talk about that in weeks to come. But Call You Up and a bunch of other songs kind of went with us as we were continuing our journey. Let me play a clip of the song and then I'll come back and we'll talk a little bit more. Wow. There's a lot of energy in that track. A lot of missed opportunity. On a happier note, me and Joe Rocco and Johnny X did get together as Two Normal years later, about 1985, 1986. And we played as Two Normal for 2 or 3 years, I think, traveling about Pennsylvania, making a lot of good original music. We didn't make a lot of money, but, you know, sometimes music is more than just money. We'll talk more about Two Normal in the future. If you had a similar experience where you were at a crossroads and you want to talk about that in the comments, please do. I'll put links to the songs down below in the comments. I'll see you next week. Thanks for watching.